Never judge a book by its cover. Everybody has a story and a struggle. We're all human and we all make mistakes. Pray to the Lord for forgiveness' sake, because redemption is the sweetest escape. That's poetry.
Tell us what we need to know. Speak up. Whether it's beneficial information or essential to our lives, scripts or monologues, even poetry or rhymes, give us some food for thought, for we hungry for the drive. And in return, we supply you with feedback. Therefore, you and I both nourish the drive inside of us. Speak now or never. Either that or remain a cloud of dust. Some of us are here to speak. Inspirational quotes to sustain your focus, keep you from holding pieces, dropping out and off the streets. That somebody's story was yours. Speak now or hold your peace.
I'm Nell D, and you're watching OpenMicTV, a show for the unspoken and outspoken. This is the show, an open mic actually, of poetry, spotlights, and documentaries. Before we get into today's documentary, here's today's spotlight.
Congratulations. Thank you, and you're on your way.
Award-winning journalist George Curry spoke to Bethune-Cookman University's Department of Mass Communications. Curry encouraged students to improve their writing regardless of their emphasis.
I don't want them to have excuses. I don't want anybody to discourage them, and I want them to be serious and take the commitment serious. If they don't believe in themselves, I can't believe in them, so that's where it starts.
It's your girl, A. Gilly, and I'm live in the studio. You tuning in to BCU Campus TV. My name is Bree. I'm from Miami, Florida, and you're watching BCU Campus TV.
Hi, my name is Daisha Johnson. I'm from Washington, D.C. I'm a junior, and you're watching BCU Campus TV.
That somebody's story was yours. Speak now or hold your peace. "19. Arrested. Yeah, he gone for the ride. For armed robbery and your lack of moral ethics. As a child, the Windy City redefined my judgment. Now, 1 year shy from a man, I stand here lost, motherless. Money in my eyes, gold on my mind, a revolver in my hand, thinking I'm about to take something. But in hand, this liquor's only a swap for my freedom. At the cost of 13 years, learning a lesson I should have learned from incarceration, statistics, and a demonstration from my peers, my son back in the shop. Them ain't the same lessons I want to teach him. Maybe he can follow an alternative route. Thorough ambitions, following footsteps of Jackie Robinson, Willie Mays, or Barry Bonds. Opposed to knocking hard at the doors of the school of hard knocks and making bond. Didn't have to pick the lock, so the tables turned. Life of a deaf poet. Beating down the doors of political structure through the diligence of rhyme scheme emphasis, replacing society's corruptive infrastructure with a little poetic justice. Not just another story, but the synopsis of allegories. Red Storm, deaf poet. This is my chapter.
I do it actually to save my life, to keep what I got going on. That's between me and God. I don't know what they did. They grew up wanting to be poets. I grew up wanting to be a pimp or a baseball player. I don't want to be no poet.
From the School of Hard Knocks to HBO's Deaf Poetry Jam, Red Storm never fails to motivate people with his deliverance and his story of redemption.
My name is Red Storm, and I speak for the unspoken. I am the voice of the voiceless. I love those through my music until they learn how to love themselves.
Red Storm was born as Darren Redmond on July 20th, grew up on the east side of Chicago, Illinois. Red Storm tells OpenMicTV when he was growing up, he was always in the streets.
I grew up in Chicago, on the east side of Chicago. And, you know, what led me to the life that I was living, the same thing that's leading these kids to the life they live in. Media, TV, things you see.
Red Storm has seen it all, from pimps to prostitutes, drug dealers to drug addicts. His environment encouraged him to become a dope fiend.
Society know you got a choice. You got a choice to go to college or go to school of hard knocks. Which one you gonna go to? It's right out there for you. They know everybody ain't gonna go right. The majority gonna go left. And I'm one of the ones that went left.
Up next, OpenMicTV gets inside the mind of an incarcerated man.
Hi, my name is Rose Amazon. I'm a senior nursing major from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and you're watching BCU Campus TV.
What's up, everybody? My name is Darryl Wilson. I'm a biology major at BCU. I'm a senior. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida, and you're now watching BCU Campus TV. Shout out BCU football team.
What's going on, Wildcats? Welcome back. What they do? Everybody good? I already know everybody had a good summer, man. Man, this Josh Cohen, man, aka Squirrel, man. Make sure everybody tune in to BCU Campus TV. Just tune us in, lock us in. You already know, for surely. One more time.
That somebody's story was yours. Speak now or hold your peace.
Society know you got a choice. You got a choice to go to college or go to school of hard knocks. Which one you gonna go to? It's right out there for you. They know everybody ain't gonna go right. The majority gonna go left. And I'm one of the ones that went left.
The left he went. At the age of 20, Red Storm was sentenced to 13 years in prison for armed robbery and was placed in 18 different prisons through the Illinois Department of Correction. Red Storm found himself in a hole and wanted to get out.
Jail, change, you know what I mean? Pain is a great motivator. It gets you right in a hurry fast. So, jail, man.
Pain encouraged him to write and recite poetry.
My pain turned out to be my come up. Learn how to express myself instead of, you know, expressing it in other ways.
Up next, OpenMicTV learns how this ex-dope fiend earned the name Red Storm. Stay tuned.
Hi guys, it's Natasha Trueblood. I'm from Tallahassee, Florida. I'm a mass comm major and you're watching BCU Campus TV.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Justin White Carlu from The More You Know and BCU Campus TV News, and you're watching BCU Campus TV.
Hi guys, my name is Sierra Banks. My major is nursing, and I'm from Ormond Beach, Florida, and you're watching BCU Campus TV.
That somebody's story was yours. Speak now or hold your peace.
The name Red Storm from a friend of mine that was happened to be locked up with me while I was doing time in prison. We was looking for names as far as you know, a stage name for me getting out and doing my poetry thing. And the guy said Red Storm, and that felt kind of natural. So when I got out and the first time I hit an open mic stage and asked me to put my name on the list, that's what I happened to put on the list.
After completing a 13-year sentence for armed robbery, Red Storm was released from prison at the age of 33. He continued expressing his pain through his poetry, which encouraged him to be a fighter and lover for his words.
And what if Tupac ain't take Suge Knight's offer? Would he be in Rikers Island writing about his charges? Would Big be notorious without Puff Daddy? Would a pimp be a pimp without the women in the caddy? Would Beyonce be on top if Aaliyah didn't fly? Would TLC be out if we ain't lose Left Eye?
Red Storm is looking to get out of poetry. It's nothing. You know what I mean? I'm sitting back here for a purpose. Spread my message to tell my story about redemption. If you can live or die, you can sink or swim. You can go to jail, you can be out here. You can smoke cocaine or you can not smoke cocaine. You know what I mean? It's all up to you. You can be a little prostitute if you want to. You know what I mean? The people got something for you. And that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm sitting back for. So I gotta shine for the people that's still in jail.
According to the Chicago Tribune, Red Storm is to poetry what John the Baptist was to Jesus, a purifier.
God say, okay, here you go. You be Paul, you be Matthew, you be Luke, you be these people, you be Daniel in the lion's den. Go. Share your story. Tell people how to come back from these narcotics, how to, you know, stay out of jail, how to listen to your mom and them. You know what I'm saying? How to teach the aunties, the uncles how to deal with their dope fiend nephew and nieces. You know what I'm saying? That's a toll, that take a toll on the whole people's family. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what I'm here for particularly. And that's what my poetry about. All of it is about me. Redemption, change, living life. Nobody know about none of this except for the people who've been through it. When you put a person in a pickle jar for 20 years and you turn the top on them and you leave them there, then you let them out.
Up next, Red Storm's journey on Def Poetry Jam.
Hi, my name is Dominique Rodman, and this is Javon, and we're from Lakeland, Florida. I'm majoring in physical education, and I'm a senior, and you're watching BCU Campus TV. Say hi, Joe.
You are watching BCU Campus TV. What's up? Hello, Wildcats. My name is Jessica Estelle, representing Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, and we are live in the Dynam Hall, and you're watching BCU Campus TV.
That's somebody's story. What's yours? Speak now or hold your peace.
You know, the thoughts of an incarcerated man. You know, prostitutes, hookers. You know, gangbangers, drug dealers, drug users. And didn't nobody write no book report and say they wanted to grow up and be a mess up. Didn't nobody write no book report say they wanted to grow up and have 20 years in prison, be no dope fiend. So you have those people in your families. Y'all got them people in y'all families. And they right there. And they in a hole. And they need a rope. As long as you don't throw them no rope, you just as worse as them white folks. You ain't gotta give them no money. But you gotta understand they're in a hole and they can't get out without no help. So I am the rope. I provide the rope. And I stay there for those people. And even if they try to crawl up on the rope and fall off, the rope's still there so they can get back up on there and they can try it again. It'll take you 20 years, man. The rope there for you. You know what I mean? So you gotta understand it's a system that's against you and your kids. You know what I mean? They don't want you to win. It's a good thing y'all in college are doing these little interviews. That's cool, as long as you don't take 9 of your friends with you. You go. Y'all lucky y'all got away. You feel what I'm saying? So again, take all that lightly and keep doing what y'all doing, because it's a system against that. And be strong in your words and be strong in your vision to show the world what you want to show them. Because at every corner they're gonna try and crush you when you're doing something positive, trying to get these kids to go to college and get these kids to stay off these narcotics and stay out of jail. So trust me, it's a struggle. The revolution ain't supposed to be televised. Why? Because as soon as you televise it, they're gonna come and crush you. So be strong with what y'all doing and keep your eyes open for the haters, because they out there. And every show under the sun, so what? I take all that lightly. From one bad decision from being right back where I was. So all this I take lightly. And all these cameras in my face. Because that ain't, it's minor. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the millions of people that's locked up in penitentiary that I left and they still there. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody think about them. You know what I mean? So I speak for those people. I speak for the unspoken. I love those through my music until they learn how to love themselves.
In 2002, Red Storm was one of many poets to join the cast of the HBO series Def Poetry Jam. Produced by hip-hop legend Russell Simmons, Def Poetry was an artistic style of Def comedy. The show aired for 6 seasons and showcased popular poets like Georgia Me, Shayhan, and Common.
Y'all remember that fight to be president? Back in 2000 for that White House resident?
I mean, that poetry was a cool experience, you know? We appreciate Russell and Stan Lathan and everybody else that was involved with that for putting us on that platform like that. But, you know, like I always say, that poetry ain't on TV no more. So that's just a figment of the past. It's just another past show, you know? So, you know, we're appreciating everything, but without poetry spots all over the country, we wouldn't have nowhere to go and spit at.
Struggling, putting food in their mouths and clothes on their backs. Instead, you put billions into the military to fund another attack. So you tell me, man, where your humanity at? The red, white, and blue, they gonna get your votes and turn their backs on you. Is this the American dream? Where babies starving, too hungry to scream, black streets filled with crack, police locking anybody up who even look black like we the problem.
To me, it's not just another show. You know what I mean? Some more people to tell my story to. So as far as staying humble and you know, how can I not be? I'm an ex-Dolphin. You know what I mean? I'm humble just to be here, period.
From Chicago, Red Storm.
Black Barbie doll. The question is how? How could I forget so quick, babe? About that life you took with no regret. See, baby, you never cared what it meant to me. No, you never cared how it felt to me. See, it seems to me, yeah, it was all about yourself. Yeah, you said I couldn't help, couldn't provide because of the hand I was dealt. I ain't had the wealth you wanted me to, so you let them people alter you. Let them cut the God out of you. But somehow I still honor you. Yeah, I know. A single mother where the only father figured is you, and Storm figured it was you. To give me something I never had for 6 weeks and a half. I was glad to be a dad.
People do poetry for different reasons. You know what I mean? I do it actually to save my life, to keep what I got going on. That's between me and God. I don't know what they did. They grew up wanting to be poets. I grew up wanting to be a pimp or a baseball player. I don't want to be no poet.
Up next, Red Storm shares his final thoughts. Staying strong and taking advantage of second chances. I'm Nell D, and this concludes today's episode of OpenMicTV. Until next time.
I don't think people really understand How really transparent I am with no shame. I let the world see right through my $150 frame. Let you see my setbacks, my strain, my secret fears, my pain. God allows you to witness change right there on stage, the process, the progress. But of course people gossip. I'm a prince/prophet. Done everything under the sun, but still they knock it. Take my testimony and box it. I'm a blessing, shawty, so stop it. This ain't sweet. I used to break in cars just to sleep. Do I smoke or do I eat? I was plumb out my mind. I'm sharing my soul on this stage, but they keep hollering, rewind, like do it again. You ain't hear me the first time, homie? I'm sharing my sins. This is my gift. I roll my pain in a spliff. I walk in that place and put my name on the list and I spit. Spit like God told me to. Kill my past through you. Sit down, let me have class with you. Cause this ain't easy. Coming from this life so tainted. So try to focus on this picture I'm painting. That's why I put my soul on this track. For the young and old in the back. For the ones who smiled and gave me dap. Yeah, I appreciate that. Y'all don't know how long I waited to hear you clap. That's why I speak for the trap. For the shorty that shoulda ran track. Lost his scholarship to college politics. Now his mama's sick and he on crack. Can you imagine that? I spit for them. I spit for the convicts that Obama missed. For the nonsense and the broken promises. For the soldiers at war that got no acknowledgement. I spit for the 13th Amendment and its abolishment. I spit about the things I got a problem with, like the Trayvon Martin hit, this government with no consciousness. I spit for the project kids so they might live. I spit till it works. I spit till there's no more hurt. I spit till it works. I spit till there's no more hurt. I spit for you. I spit for you.